So what's up, people? I am taking care of some business today, taking a break from the road, and I'm at my Airbnb, one of them, to do some cleaning today. Just give a general idea to you all what to expect when it comes down to Airbnbs. I just had a guest to leave the other day, and they did pretty good. Because sometimes you can get some, I don't know where there's stuff on the table, that's my stuff. Sometimes you can get some weird guests, nightmare guests. Now, this toboggan was up here. I don't really allow any smoking in here, but that toboggan was up there. And apparently they did not cook anything because it's only a cup in there, and most people don't even wash their dishes behind themselves anyway, unless you have a good old home mom or stay-at-home mom to come, and she'll clean the whole place up, which I love when they do that. It's awesome. But they put that up there. I'm assuming they were either smoking in here or either they were vaping, and the particles got into the detector and start going off, which this is one of the first alert detectors, but it's also Z-Wave, so I get a notification when it goes off, mainly for when I'm not here. Not bad, needs a little cleaning though. But now, after your guests have come, it's time for the cleanup process, which obviously doesn't appear to be a lot messed up in here. I need to put a few more things in here, a few more things that I need to do in preparation of getting it ready. I used to have pictures here. TV was here. So in some areas, there's some holes that need to be plugged up, but it's still livable as far as Airbnb is concerned. But they didn't mess up too bad. But with all cleanups, you still have certain things that you have to do. I need to get a picture on that wall. That looks so bland. I think I got one back here. Yeah. But with the cleanup process, there's stuff that you have to always do. Of course, you need to make sure that you're cleaning all of your bathrooms. There used to be carpet in here, so that was a headache, but I had that switched out, so these are a little bit better, where you can simply take a push mop, or in my case, I use a vacuum cleaner to keep dust from spreading as much, and I vacuum clean over obviously the entire floor, because hair can get anywhere and hair can develop anywhere. So for that reason, well, not develop, what am I talking about? Hair can get anywhere, and hairs that you don't even see. I'm OCD and I'm very meticulous. So, in the past, I've had people to come and clean for me. Don't mind this door. I had somebody to paint here, and they got paint everywhere. Had to clean up the paint before I even opened up the place. But, oh crap, I didn't even see this the other day. So I need to get this off too. Be careful who you hire to do your work. They might bend you over the pickle barrel. I have a touch of OCD, I think. I can see stuff that I guess other people can't, a good amount of folks, or stuff that people don't care about. I get into the details. So it's like with it, when you're cleaning up, gotta be really careful. Why does that look like that is coming up? Really careful because obviously hair loves to collect in these corners and stuff. So the easiest way to fix that problem is to take a vacuum cleaner and vacuum clean the entire floor. And even the hairs that you can't see, it should suck them up, good, so that you don't have those complaints from guests. Because one thing I hate to do is go to a hotel and somebody else's hairs in there. That means to me you didn't clean the place, and I want my money back. Or possibly another room. But just walking around, this is one of my Airbnbs. This is a duplex, so obviously there's a unit on the other side. I'm in the process of flipping that back out because when COVID started, I shut down the Airbnbs. So I'm in the process of flipping this one back out over here as well to go ahead and get it listed. Now, one thing that I did do, which is all to go, this is actually a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but I took these 2 rooms and I blocked them off and locked the doors to them. And the only things in there is some storage stuff. So I'm using them as a storage room. Got actually some butcher block countertops in there that I was going to change out, but I didn't do it at the time because Lowe's was running short on cabinets with COVID going on. So got to get that stuff done. But the reason why I blocked those 2 rooms off, because my truck is so dirty. It is ridiculous. Look at that. Jesus, she needs a bath. I don't want to hit it yet, though, until all the snow gets off the back roads anyway. You have to wash it all over again. But blocking off the 2 rooms, the sweet spot, and there's a sweet spot on Airbnb in just about every city, and you can kind of figure it out. What seems to be the sweet spot in Greenville is around about the $100 mark, even when it comes down to hotels. So by blocking off those 2 bedrooms, I used to charge, when I first started out, $150 a night, right? But then I didn't think it was fair to charge one person $150, and then these can hold up to 6 bedrooms by law in North Carolina. I think it is. It could be everywhere. It's 2 people per bedroom, right? So up to 6 people in. I didn't think it was fair for one person stay to cost just as much as a 6-person stay. So I switched it up and changed the pricing, where I charged $100 per night for one person, and for each additional guest, it was $15 unless they were children, small children. So that kind of equaled it out a little bit. And then, of course, I switched it. I need to get some mulch. I need to go to Lowe's, hook up one of these trailers and go to Lowe's. But I switched it to that, and that worked out pretty well. And now putting it back, again, because when COVID started, I took them off because down the road, I have another duplex. And it's on Airbnb. Then there's another guy that has a duplex, actually, right about, where is it at? There, where you see that Suburban. Where, of course, we all have it listed up there. Mine down the road is actually long-term tenants now, but I'm putting these 2 back up there. And then I have some tenants in another place that I owned in downtown or uptown area, now that Greenville calls it that. So putting these 2 back on, but back to the 2 doors. I'll get on a tangent in a heartbeat. Those 2 doors, I blocked them off, put it to a 1-bedroom because now charge $100 a night. If there's an additional guest, charge $115 up to 2 people in here. One thing that does is it reduces the amount of people that are in the unit, and also minimizes to a certain extent the people that want to come here and have parties and all of that good stuff like that. Although of course you'll still get those from time to time, so you have to monitor that as well. But with 1 or 2 people being here, it's less cleanup versus if 6 was here. I've had a person booked before. This was actually a church group, surprisingly to a certain extent, where I had to threatened to either put them out or for them to regulate how many people they have in the unit, because they had a whole crew of people. And when I say a whole crew, I mean a whole crew. They booked both sides, 6 people per side, right? They had at least 20 head on one side, and there was about 15 on the other side. I literally counted on camera because all my units are covered by cameras for when I'm not around. They had about 35, 36 people actually, and they had it separated, males on one side, females on the other side. I guess they called themselves saving money, being cheap, which is not smart, because with that many people in a unit, you have to be careful, because obviously then you can get yourself in trouble. What if a fire break out, something of that nature? You know, that many people are there, you're definitely gonna get sued. They're gonna bring you over the pickle barrel. So you know, I had to tell them, you got to bring me that ASAP. And that was in the wee hours of the morning, around about maybe 1 or 2 when I saw it, because I was at work. Used to work in law enforcement full time, no more. Reserved in it now. But you know, saw them in there, and it was about 1 or 2. My cameras were going crazy that night, but I was working, so I wasn't monitoring. But when I actually picked up and saw it, man, I saw that many people going, bro, you got to fix that. You got to get them out in there ASAP right now. So, you know, you have to be careful. And then, of course, I've had people to try to party in the units, but I would quickly shut that down. I'll show up real fast, quick and in a hurry, and send you out in there, because by Airbnb rules, you can't do that. So you can cancel their stay, and in most situations, they won't even refund them their money. But in my case, most times I do, unless, or I'll refund them some of it, unless they've damaged something or something of that nature, and I'll send them out in there packing quickly. So, you know, having 1 or 2 guests kind of minimizes, how much damage or how much cleanup or wear and tear that may be done at the place. So, you know, it's beneficial to that. And of course, I can charge right at that sweet spot. And still make a pretty good amount. So it is what it is. And then, of course, I charge a $50 cleaning fee. I'm actually waiting for someone to get here to clean the place now, so that I can pay it and automate it without having to actually be here to do it myself. Especially, I'm in the process of trying to build up this trucking company right now. Once I get that done, then I need to automate that process as well, then move on to the next entrepreneur goal. But we should see. Well, I should pull out my fishing pole, see what I can do. I ain't gonna mess with it though, because I ain't got my boys with me. They probably knock me out. They see daddy fishing and they ain't with me. So I better not do that. But that's pretty much what I got going on today. I actually went and took my CDL test today for the permit. And I failed. Passed air brakes, passed general knowledge, but I failed on combinations because I forgot freaking combinations was even on the CDL, like a dodo. So I missed that by like 1 question. So I'm gonna go back in the morning and take that and go ahead and get that permit, so that I can work on actually getting my CDLs. Because to me, how can you really run a trucking company with if you don't have the experience? And at some point in time, I would love to add CDLs to the trucking portion, because right now I'm working with 2 dualies and a car trailer and a freight trailer. And then I have a business partner coming in, and I just recently got him a truck, so I'm gonna grab another trailer here shortly, so we'll be at 3 trucks, 3 trailers. I actually got to find a driver for one, but we should see how that goes, because I hear that's a very hard feat, a very hard thing to keep up with there, a good driver. So I had to figure that out, but I would love to add 18 wheelers to the game at some point in time. But to do so, I want to have a CDL. Of course, because you hear about all the nightmares of drivers that will quit and leave people's equipment out there, and then they got to go and try to find the truck or pick up the truck. And if you ain't got no CDL, you're gonna have to pay somebody to do it, which is more money out your pocket than you need to be paying in the first place, or shouldn't have to even be paying in the first place. Anyway, but yeah, that's my goal, is to grab the CDL and go ahead and get in a class. For that, I got some washing to do to the trailer now. It's gonna suck. I think I'm just pressure washer. Got out there the other day, coming home from Florida, got delayed at the port. For some reason, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm sure people ain't gonna like it, but we all know it's true. When black people get put in a position of authority, Jesus Christ, it's their freaking mind. Went to the port the other day, and the lady, of course, vehicle ended up getting inspected, but the lady looked at the paperwork and saw an address on the paperwork, and she did not want to let me in this port to save her life. And I'm telling the lady, listen, I've dropped vehicles off here several times before. This is a virtual lot for imports, where you simply, well, of course, they used to have a security guard there, but they had some issues there, so they changed it to a virtual lot. You get there, you mash the button, they're looking at you on camera, the guy asks you what's going on, what's your order number, and all that good stuff like that. And man, this lady wouldn't let me in the port, delayed me about, maybe 3 hours? Something of that nature. I was trying to get home to beat that storm we had the other day, the snow and all that good stuff, and wouldn't let me in. So I was calling the guy from Airports, the contact that I had. He wouldn't answer the phone all day. I called the broker company. I was pulling the vehicle from Monterey, and they were able to get in touch with the guy. At some point in time, I was able to talk to him after we cleared up a bunch of confusion, and I went back to the port, and lo and behold, black lady, no offense, I'm not racist by no means, but just as soon as I put this gentleman on the phone, and of course he's a white man, here she go. Oh yes sir, we'll get him right on in, that type thing. And it's like I could have slapped the taste out of that lady mouth. That's if I hit women, which I don't, and I don't recommend any of you men folk to do it, because naturally the good Lord has given us a little bit more strength, other than these females that are working out and pushing that big boy weight. But that's another story. But yeah, this lady wouldn't let me in, so she delayed me 3 hours. And coming from Jacksonville to North Carolina, man, Jacksonville, Florida, which is normally maybe a 5-6 hour trip, and if you got a lead foot, maybe 4 hours and 30 minutes, something of that nature. Took me about 13 hours to get back because it started snowing. It started snowing heavily. It's getting to the point of whiteout conditions and all that good stuff. So it took a while to get back, but made it on back in gratefully. But let me get off this rant. I need to take my baby right here. I bought her. I ain't even took her out yet because I've been hitting these calls. This is a 36-footer, primarily non-CDL, although you can have it rated, I think, at 15 something, which will put you at CDL weight, over CDL weight, of course, or at, excuse me. But I ain't took her out yet, man. She still is brand spanking new. Of course, I switched all the tires out on all my trailers to 16 ply, which obviously makes it a little heavier. It takes away from what you can carry. But yeah, I need to take this one out, just play around with it a little bit. But I guess that's it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and make me a list of what I need to do to this Airbnb. This good old stuff still down here. Because I want to add some more stuff to it. Not too much, because I've learned, been doing Airbnb for what, over about 7-8 years now. You know, it's good to learn the rules and regulations, the policies and procedures, what you can, what you can't do. But I also learned in doing Airbnb is, you know, you want to set your place apart from everybody else, because one way or another, it's enough for everybody to make money. But at the same time, in the same token, I think in the past I've gone a little bit too far with it, as far as trying to have a lot of nice things in there, to a certain extent, because you want to stay at a good price point to, you know, get booked, but you don't want to be too low either. And I didn't understand that until I had a man talk to me one day. The cable guy came over here and asked me what my price was. I told him. He was like, man, that is way too low for this place, bro. I was like, why you say so, man? Why you think? He was like, yo, why do you think the Hilton charge so much money, man? Right? I was like, I ain't never really thought about it that way. It was like, it's to keep all that undesirable guests that they don't want here, to keep them out of here. Because, you know, most times your partiers and all that kind of stuff, they ain't trying to pay no $200-300 a night for a room. They gonna try to go to them, you know, cheap hotels to save as much money as they can. And I was like, bruh, you are completely right. I never even thought about it. So, of course, I raised my price at one point about $200 a night. And the crazy thing is, I was still getting bookings. But I took it back down just to be reasonable. But if you're going to have nice things in your place, you're going to have to take your price point up a little bit to keep undesired guests away. Because putting nice things in there, and then you come in there and somebody done tore it up, it really burns your britches, makes you hot, makes you want to tap somebody, touch somebody's jawbone, you know what I mean? But, so you got to be careful what you put in there. Can't go too extravagant. Or you have to decide what type of guest you want, per se. Obviously, you probably will get more guests at a lower price point or reasonable price point. And at a higher price point, you probably won't get as many guests, but at the same time, you wouldn't need as many nights filled because they're already paying a premium to stay there in the first place. So, you know, Airbnb, you have to have strategies, price strategies, all different types of strategies, depending on what guests you want, what price point you want, what you want to provide, what supplies, all that good stuff. But those are things that you learn as you grow in Airbnb. Or if you have a mentor or somebody to walk you through it, you know, they can teach you those things, or should be at least. But that's it for now, folks. I'm about to go in here, see what I need to add, see what I need to take out. Normally I like to have some decent stuff in there, but we shall see. Alright, catch you peoples later. I didn't even walk to the back, did I? Nope. I'm in a golf community on the back side of it anyway. There's two sides. There's another side up there further that has houses. Then of course you have a bunch of duplexes back here in the back, built on stilts. Those back there and further. And then these right here, all of these are just built normal. Because we are in a floodplain area, so of course you have to be on some high land to keep the water out. But golf course goes all the way up there when you first turn on to the street to get back here, or the road to get back here, then goes all the way over there and all the way around, way down that way, and so on and so on. Nice area to be in. It's very quiet out here, very peaceful. You know, don't hear about no trouble out here. See kids out every once in a while playing, which they should be doing, instead of playing a bunch of games and on the phone and all that stuff. You gotta take it back to the old time way. But that's about it. Back to our check this place out, see what can be done, and hit my truck, at least the inside of it anyway. Then I might hit the outside. I don't know. I might. All right. Catch y'all later.